Hey, I'm Jon Thelen, host of Lindy's Fish Ed Television. You know, over the years, I've seen so many advancements that have helped me catch more and more fish. And I think the number one advancement has actually been in electronics. I mean, when it comes down to it, I run Humminbird Helix units, and these Helix units do it all. I mean, they see fish for me, they see bottom content changes, they see everything. But the biggest thing is the mapping. Man, I'll tell you what, they have the exclusive Lakemaster mapping systems that you can put into these units, and I'll tell you what, they're the best. They're just flat out the best. But what about those lakes? What about those places I go where I don't have a Lakemaster 1-foot contour map? And I want one. I mean, I've become so reliant on these maps, whether I'm in Canada, no matter where I'm at. If I don't have that 1-foot contour map, I'll tell you what, I'm a little bit lost. I don't fish as well. Well, there's a way to do it. In the Gen 2 units, from the Helix 7 all the way up to the big Helix 12 that I'm running, you have a system called Autochart, and within there I can actually go in and make a map with the same quality as a Lakemaster map. It's phenomenal. Now I want to show you something. Right now I've got a Lakemaster map up on the screen. This lake here is in 1-foot contours, but what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take that out. I'm going to take that mapping chip right out of there, and you're going to see that all of a sudden that map's going to go away, and now I'm down to just something that's very generic. It shows that I'm sitting on a hump. And I want to make a real map of this. So let's say I was on one of those lakes that didn't have that contour. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop an Autochart card in. This is a zero lines card. I'm going to put it into my unit. Now what this does is all of these units come with the ability to make maps for up to a certain amount of hours. But if you put a zero lines card in, like I just did, what happens now is it shows an outline of the lake, and now I can make maps for hours. And I'm actually going to map this spot, and I'm going to show you exactly what a map on this spot looks like compared to that Lakemaster map, and I'm going to show you how to make this map. Number one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to pull that Minn Kota trolling motor up. We're going to fire the big motor, and then I'm just going to grid this spot out. Now I've got waypoints on this spot already, so it's really easy. But if I were just starting, all I would do is put a waypoint right in the middle of this hump, because I know where that shallowest point is. I'm going to find it by just driving around. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to just put a waypoint in the middle of that hump. Then what I'm going to do is just turn it into a checkerboard. I'm going to go back and forth one direction, and then I'm going to turn around and I'm going to go back and forth this direction, and we're going to make a map of this. And then we're going to compare it back to that Lakemaster map, because I'm going to tell you something. When you see what we're about to do, you're going to realize that you can make maps that are identical to what you're getting out of that Lakemaster product. And I'll tell you what, it's going to help you catch more fish. Let's make a map. So all I've got to do to get this rolling is I'm just going to hit my menu key, and you can see right here, I can just scroll right down to Autochart Live. It's really, really simple. All I'm going to do is hit that arrow key, and right up here, it's going to ask me, do I want to record? Right now it's turned off. I'm going to turn it on. Now I'm going to start recording, and you saw there's a little change happen there on the screen already. Now watch what we're going to do. I'm going to exit out of here, and I'm actually just going to put my screen over here on the right hand side, and I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to actually zoom out a little bit. Now let's start gridding this out and building the map. I'm going to pull my trolling motor up, and here we go. Then the next thing I'm going to do is just clear my track. I've made the map. Now we're just going to clear the track. That's as simple as going into your menu, coming down to clear current track, hitting the arrow. It'll ask you, do you want to clear it? And that's what I'm going to do. I cleared it right there. Now we've got our map. You can see on this map, that top that we were thinking was right around 18 feet, it drew it right there, but it's not huge. It's just a little piece of the top. But we've got that whole map drawn. Now I can fish this spot, and it literally took me about 5 minutes to map this rock pile. And there's fish here. I mean, day in and day out, I'm gonna be able to catch fish here, and I do. By having this map all built like this now, it's gonna be saved on that Zero Lines card, and if this were a lake that I frequent that doesn't have a Lakemaster map, I now might have the only map of that rock pile, and I might be able to fish it better than anybody else. Let's do one last thing. Let's compare it to that Lakemaster map so that you can see exactly how precise the map is we just made. All I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna take this Zero Lines card out. You've seen the map we've made, and I'm gonna put that Lakemaster map right back in here. So now we're back to that base map. And then what we'll do is let's put this Lakemaster card back in here, and it'll load that chart. Here it comes. Takes it just a second. There's a lot of data on these maps. And there it is, and it's showing everything about the same. In fact, I'll tell you what, the map I made might even be a little bit more precise. This Autochart program, man, I'll tell you what, it helps me be a better fisherman every single day, and it'll do the same thing for you. It's a deadly system.